Hey everyone, I thought I'd take a few minutes to discuss gold and silver. It's been on quite a wild ride, and as you'll see by some charts that I'm going to show you in a little bit, it truly is on a roller coaster ride. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. The interesting thing to note though is on the downside, it is staying above some resistance levels, and we'll talk about those coming up. Also, I'm going to talk about how things have been in the shop, how traffic has been, what people are buying, and what customers are saying, and where they feel metals are going to go in the future. We got a lot of interesting things to talk about here in a short amount of time, so be sure to stick around. Welcome back. First, we'll talk about 30-day gold and silver. I like to do monthly recaps, and here we sit May 31st. Silver and gold market are both closed, so we do have an official closing price for the month. But if we look at these 30-day charts, and I'll put up silver first, silver hit a 30-day low of $26.23 per ounce. Now these are, most of the time they're end of day numbers. Intraday, it probably got a little lower, just like the high actually got a little higher intraday, but these are closing numbers. The high price closed at $32.02 per ounce. That is a 22% increase in silver price from low to high in the past 30 days. That is a huge return, better than almost any investment over the same period of time. And if you notice on this silver chart, you see these up and down swings that I was talking about, especially near the end of the month. This really, truly is a roller coaster market. We see it go up $1 or $2 over the course of a couple days. Within a day or two, it gets beat back down $1 or $2. And we saw that again today. As I predicted, silver price did go down near the end of the month. Sure enough, May 31st, silver's down almost $1 today from where it opened. Am I shocked? No, not really. Quite frankly, it tends to happen whenever I do a flash sale. And if you guys didn't know, I had a flash sale going on today where we had secondary 1-ounce silver rounds and 10-ounce silver bars for 25 cents over spot. Sure enough, silver price goes down $1 that day. So hopefully for those of you who watch the channel, some of you were able to cash in on some great deals. We did sell out of the silver rounds and the silver bars within 2 hours. We also had Canadian maple leafs and silver Australian kangaroos on flash sale for $1.99 over spot. And we sold quite a few of those as well. So thank you all for supporting our business and our channel on flash sale day. But as I said, sure enough, on end of the month, I should have known better, but end of the month, the price almost always gets hammered down. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times it can be attributed to contract deliveries, where the big banks that control longs and shorts can long or short the market to whatever their needs be to push the price of silver down so they can buy up the physical ounces for those contract deliveries that are typically due the end of the month or the first of the following month. So almost every month, like clockwork, the price gets hammered down near the end of the month, and today was no exception. But one thing to notice, silver is still above $30 an ounce. That's kind of that invisible resistance level that it has not gotten pushed below for quite some time. Even we've had it get pushed down almost $2 in one day. It still stayed above that $30 per ounce. So I anticipate that's going to be the new floor for a while. It's getting difficult, I should say, to get used to these prices. When you quote somebody the price of anything like a 10-ounce bar, I mean, well, they're all over $300 now, but that is kind of the new normal right now. So I anticipate that $30 floor probably will remain for a while. So my stacking advice to you is, if you're still looking to continue to stack at these prices, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I know I'm still stacking. This price point, spot price, doesn't deter me from stacking, because I truly believe we'll look back at this moment and realize that $30 an ounce silver was a good value. So it's just we were really spoiled for a long time where we could buy it in the 20s for a long time. In terms of stacking, I would encourage you to focus on lower premium items like 90% silver, privately minted silver rounds, silver bars, even if you can pick up impaired sovereign silver. And we stock a lot of that here at Minot Coin and Bullion. We have a lot of impaired American Silver Eagles, a lot of impaired Canadian maple leafs, and other countries as well. but that's a way to get sovereign government issued coins for a cheaper price. And the nice thing about it is you can touch them and play with them because somebody's already taken the uncirculated nature away from that coin by doing that. So they might have fingerprints or scuffs or scratches, but you can touch them and put your hands on them. So that's why impaired silver, at least in my shop, is very, very popular. But that's a good option as well, a lower premium option. One thing I'm avoiding right now, I'm avoiding American Silver Eagles. Premiums on these remain high. This one especially, this is a 1986, but American Eagles in general remain quite high. Not just on the wholesale market, but in all the retail channels as well, especially in the online shops. I've noticed on a lot of the major online bullion sites, prices on American Eagles are pushing $40, sometimes over $40. And that's at, you know, $30, $31, $32 silver. So you're looking at a $7, $8, $9, $10 premium in some cases for American Silver Eagles. I'm still charging $6 over spot in my shop, but that's a high price. You know, I would almost discourage people from buying Eagles at the moment, unless you can pick up impaired Silver Eagles, because you'll save a few dollars per ounce. So we'll talk about gold next. Flip to the gold chart. 30-day gold, kind of a similar pattern you can see as the silver chart, but 30-day gold is only up 6.9% from its low price to high price. We closed, you know, closer to its opening price. Gold closed the month at $2,326, so up about 40 bucks from its low, but down about $120 from its high during the month. So there were definitely some opportunities to cash in on higher gold. I didn't move a lot of gold this month, but I did have a fair amount of customers coming in to purchase it or trade for it or to sell it. So gold still is moving. There's good movement on gold, but not a lot of people are lining up to buy gold at these high prices. But if you did buy gold and timed the low and the high, you could have been ahead 6.9% this month. So what does it mean for gold stacking? Well, if you're a big believer in gold, and you know, I am, but I'm more of a believer in silver. As I've said on here countless times, I haven't purchased gold for myself in well over a year. I've just been stacking silver as much as I can, as often as I can, because I believe, and May kind of showed it, the month of May, that silver has the hidden potential, more potential for increase in value. I'll just recap. Silver went up 22% in May from its low to high, gold up less than 7%. So silver's showing itself to be a great investment metal right now. So having said that, I'm still stacking. Are you? Leave it down in the comments. Let us know if you're still stacking that silver. What have customers been saying? Well, I had a lot of people in the shop. As far as transactions, this was probably one of my busiest months ever, this month of May. A big part of it is flash sales. So hey, shout out to all you guys that take advantage of my flash sales when I post those videos for a day on my YouTube channel. I always pull the videos when the sale's over, so you can't go back and look at them, but I don't want to confuse people. But we've had a lot of transactions in the shop, a lot of buzz, a lot of activity, a lot of people walking in the shop as well, including a lot of new customers. And that's quite typical for the times, because as precious metals rise, and you know, we saw both gold and silver up this month, it gets in the news cycles. Well, people watch the news. So, wow, gold's up, silver's up. You know, I don't own any. Maybe I should check out this coin shop and learn about gold and silver a little. I've had a lot of people coming in asking lots of questions, making their first purchases, which I think is great. You know, I don't think it's ever too late to get in. Obviously, there's better times than others. It would have been better, you know, to be buying gold and silver a year ago. But like I said earlier, we could look back at these prices that we have today and realize, wow, it was cheap back then. I wish I would have bought more. But you never know. Gold and silver are volatile. They can go up, they can go down. In fact, most days they do both. So that's what I can tell you with 100% certainty. When people ask me, what do I see for the gold and silver prices in the future? I tell them, well, I'm 100% certain gold and silver are both going to go up, but I'm also 100% certain that they're going to go down. You're going to see both swings in each metal. And, you know, it's just a matter of timing the peaks and valleys to maximize your return. I get a lot of customers in here that listen to a lot of podcasts or read a lot of articles, watch a lot of videos on YouTube or Rumble or other platforms like that, where people are really pumping up precious metal. Believe me, I'm a big believer in precious metal too. I'm I'm going to pump it up, but I'm not going to give you unrealistic expectations. Unfortunately, I get customers in here that, will relay information that they just heard on a podcast or whatnot, where somebody somewhere was talking about how they see silver topping out at $100 per ounce by the end of the year, and they see gold at $3,500 by the end of the year. Do I think that could happen? Well, it's definitely possible, but I think it's unrealistic. For silver to essentially go up 3 times and gold to go up another 50% in the course of 7 months, I guess that wouldn't be unheard of because it's happened before. When we've seen previous all-time highs, the charge up happens really quick. So if you're not ready, you could miss out. That's why I've been saying, continue to stack if you have the means. But I also caution people, I would not go and buy silver today with the expectation that it's going to triple by the end of the year, because I don't think that's realistic. And we've talked before, myself and Silver Seeker on his channel, how we feel it's very irresponsible for people that have these platforms, and my platform's not very big, but some of these channels are, they put that information out there almost stating it as fact, like they know what's going to happen. I know they don't intend it to come across that way to the viewers, but oftentimes it does, because I see those viewers come into my shop and regurgitate that information, and I do my best to try to bring them back down to earth and remind them that there is no guarantee. So I guess I'm stacking metals for the long haul. Am I ever going to need to use it? I don't know. If I need to use it in commerce, to do trades, to buy things, well, then I'll be glad I have this 90% silver like I have in front of me. I mean, this is one thing that I'm stacking more and more of lately is 90% silver, because I think it's going to be an important thing to have if indeed our dollar collapses. Arguably it already has, but we're still using it. If there is a period where we don't have a currency, which I can't picture that happening. I mean, you'd think that would happen in like a third world country. It couldn't happen in the good old United States of America, could it? Well, I guess it's possible, but it's always better to have some and not need it than need it to not have it, right? So I've been stacking 90%, and I've talked about that in many videos, and more people are buying into the 90% silver philosophy. And then there's others that just really love the shiny silver, and that's fine too. That's another good way to continue to stack. But getting back to it, bringing other people back down to earth and making them realize that there's no guarantees on what the price is going to be in the future. The only things we know for sure are what the price was in the past. So we can look backwards and tell what the price was. It's impossible to look forward and to know what the price is going to be. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you stack for the right reasons. I'm stacking in case I need it, number one, in case I need to cash in for whatever reason or use it to barter. But really my primary goal is wealth preservation and to pass it along to the next generation, to take care of my kids and my future grandchildren and my future great-grandchildren. And that's how I look at it. That's my purpose for stacking. And, my larger grand scheme of things, that was my purpose for starting this business too. Not only so I could continue to add to my stack, but to allow others to start a stack and add to theirs and be here for the community to answer questions and help people understand precious metals and why I feel it's an important part of everyone's portfolio. So if you could tell me in the comments, why are you stacking? Are you stacking for wealth preservation? Are you stacking for the next generation to pass along generational wealth? Are you stacking because you never know when that SHTF scenario hits and you might need your metal? I appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks for listening to me blab. It's been so busy, like I said, in terms of number of transactions. My time to produce YouTube content has been very limited lately, but here we are Friday afternoon, the end of a hectic week. I thought I would just take some time to talk to you all and let you know how things have been in the coin shop, how the markets have been, and how we think they're going to be coming up. I think markets are going to continue to be volatile, but I also believe they're going to continue to be bullish, and we're going to continue to see some uptick in prices. So take it for what it's worth, but I appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks so much. You all have a great day.